Hey, boys and girls, it's Mr. Mac. Today we're going to work on Module 7, Lesson 5, which is the properties of addition. We've learned of these properties in the past, so this is going to be one of my shorter videos, just because it should be a little bit of a refresher. We're going to be focusing today on the commutative property of addition and the associative property of addition. So when we talk about commutative, we just talk about the fact that we can move numbers around when we're adding and add them in any order that we would like. Okay, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 is the same as 1 plus 3 plus 2, which is the same as 3 plus 2 plus 1. The order doesn't matter, right, when we're doing addition. And then the second property is the associative property. I always think of it as what numbers we're going to associate with each other. They're going to be partners, they're going to be friends, they're going to be put in the parentheses because we are going to be doing those operations first. And remember, anything that's in parentheses, we would be solving first. We usually like to use the associative property when there's friendly numbers to add together, which makes our problem easier to solve. Give you an example right here. So step one, or problem number 1, it says, as Priya plays a computer game, the experience bar fills to show her experience level. The bar fills to 1/5 before completing a level. After completing the level, the bar fills another 3/5. As a bonus, it fills an additional 1/10. What is her experience level now? So we get this problem here where it says, write an addition expression to model the situation. There's already 1/5 on the outside, so we know we need to add another 3/5. Okay, and then we have to add another 1/10. So when I add those in, that would be a addition problem to show what's happening here, because we start with 1/5, then we're increasing 3/5, then we're increasing 1/10. So now when I said before we want to use the associative and the commutative properties in order to help us to make this problem a little bit easier to solve, this is a great example of that, because we have two numbers here that are already having a common denominator, which is 1/5 and 3/5. 1/5 and 3/5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put those in my parentheses. I'm going to say 1/5 plus 3/5. Okay, and then I'm going to add 1/10. Now, this problem, if I wrote it like this would only be using the associative property, not the commutative property, because all I did was I changed the numbers I was going to be adding together first. This would just be example of 1. If I was going to use the commutative and the associative property, then I would have to move the 1/10 to the front, and then I would add the fraction of 1/5 plus 3/5. Now, either one is the same, because when we do these problems, we're still solving what's in the parentheses first. So this problem says 1/5 plus 3/5, that is going to be equal to 4/5, and then we would add 1/10. Now, when we're doing 4/5 plus 1/10, I often like to write the fractions on top of each other so that I can make the equivalent fractions a little bit easier, right? Our common denominator is going to be 10. Common denominator is going to be 10. Right? This is already 1/10. How did I get from 5 to 10? I multiplied by 2. So I got to multiply the numerator here by 2 as well. All right, so then I get 8 over 10. And when I add 8/10 plus 1/10, that's going to give me 9/10 right there. And that gives me the first answer. That gives me, the answer to my problem, which would be 9/10. So the question is, what is her experience level at now? Her experience level now would be 9/10, because we did 4/5 plus 1/10 to give me that total. So again, guys, the parentheses are showing you, oops, didn't mean to move that. The parentheses are showing you, a little technical difficulty here, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Parentheses are showing us the first thing we're going to do, or the numbers we're going to add together at first. Okay, and then down here we're showing the commutative property, where I can change the order of the problems there. So hopefully this will help you out. Just usually we use the associative property, guys, when we already have common denominators with fractions. Sometimes it makes our problems a whole lot easier. All right, best of luck. Hope this helps.